I'm beginning to like Elon Musk more and more every day, little by little, mind you. He came out and made a statement saying that he got tested for COVID 4 times. 2 came back negative, 2 came back positive. And basically said that there's something up with this. Something looks fishy about it. And I think this is a big deal because a lot of the reporting on the COVID numbers has been mostly focused on deaths and cases, but we haven't talked about the testing much. Now, more so in the beginning of all of this, I think a lot of people were bringing up the testing, like how accurate are these tests? Some people were reporting that they never got tested, but got a report saying that they were and they tested positive. So it's a bit odd when you have that conversation kind of wane. It kind of goes away all of a sudden. And then you have Elon Musk, thankfully, bringing this back into the conversation because as we go forward and, if Biden winds up being the president, which I don't think that's actually going to happen, but if he does, there's going to be a lot of places requiring these tests to tell you whether or not you can go to a concert or go to a restaurant or a store. As I reported yesterday with Ticketmaster, requiring that a bunch of that you have to have a test or a vaccine, a negative test or a vaccine, 24 to 72 hours before you can actually attend an event. Even though you are a patron, you can pay money. It doesn't matter. Your money's no good if you didn't take a test. And I question then, how accurate are these tests? How effective is this vaccine? To the point that you can comfortably say this is required. We don't want your money, but we're going to force you to do some stupid thing like this. So Elon Musk tweeted here. He said something extremely bogus is going on. Was tested for COVID 4 times today. 2 tests came back positive. 2 tests came back negative. 2 tests came back positive. Same machine, same test, same nurse, rapid antigen test. It doesn't make any sense. And he's not the only person that has reported on this, but it's great to see that he's at least questioning this. Like, why the discrepancy? And he said here, if it's happening to me, it's happening to others. And he's obviously absolutely correct. There's been plenty of people that have come out and said that the tests they literally got the same kind of result where 2 days apart or maybe the same day they got tested twice and one was positive, one was negative. Like there's a bunch of false positives, but we notice how the science, we haven't seen anything about that. There's nothing out there trying to even remotely report factually what's going on about the test. And I don't think a lot of people want to even know. The Democrats don't care. They tend to take something and say it's 100% effective. This is what everybody needs to do. It doesn't make any sense. And I was having this conversation with my wife yesterday where I said, everybody in the world agrees that washing your hands is a good thing to do. You know what I mean? We know it works. We know it's something that like most people do. I'm pretty sure like 100% of people are discuss it when somebody just like goes to the bathroom, they don't wash their hands or whatever it is. That's a practice that you're taught from as a child. And it's just a standard thing of cleanliness. You know what I mean? And the difference, though, is that what if you wanted to go into a restaurant and they were like, hey, you can't come in here until you wash your hands at this sink here by the entrance. You know what I mean? You can't force people to do things like that. We can objectively agree that it's a good thing to wash your hands or that it's probably best that you wash your hands. But we also know that doesn't get rid of all the germs. And you can't force people to do that either before they can attend an event or go somewhere. And that's kind of the equivalent of the mask, except the mask research is pretty shoddy at best, to be honest with you. But there's so many things to be taken into consideration. You can't take our freedoms away off of shoddy research and then call yourself the party of science where are they when you have these test numbers coming out like this? Where are they at? I don't see them. I don't think any of them are even interested in reporting on these types of things. They don't care. They want to pretend as if the tests are 100% accurate, and they want to pretend as if the vaccine is pretty much going to be 100% accurate. You can't force somebody to do something that's 70% effective, that's maybe 50% right, 50% wrong. Who knows? You can't force these things down the line. You can't put into law. You can't mandate things like this. First of all, you couldn't, even if it was 100% effective, you can't mandate people do that. But when you see that the research, and yeah, maybe this is anecdotal, but there's so many anecdotes. And remember, a bunch of anecdotes leads to a research that leads to evidence. And here we have another situation where Elon is questioning the system, and I think rightfully so. Somebody needs to, because there's so many things happening in 2020. It's such a crazy year that topics are moving so fast, and everybody's on the election right now, that we've completely left the COVID topic entirely. And then we've already had left the topic about the testing. Like, is it even correct? Is it even accurate? We don't know. So I'm hoping that this goes somewhere. I'm hoping that at some point more people start to question what is the actual effective rate for the testing, for the vaccines, for these things, before you can even talk about mandating, which you can't anyways. But before we even get into that conversation, is it even worth it at all? Should we even be, like, all these cases? Oh, this is the case count. How do we even know that's the case count? It's literally just assuming every test is correct, which is stupid, considering that we have evidence of people saying that it's not entirely correct. So we'll see where this goes. Good on Elon Musk for calling this out and at least questioning something behind this. So I will see you on the next video.